computer.
Right on.
We are live right now as far as a recording that I'm going to upload to YouTube and Vimeo for you, Keith, that you can cut it up and use it however you want. But we're also live on your Facebook page and our team Facebook page. But just a quick introduction. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I don't know if you can see that Buffalo Bills helmet there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm from Buffalo, born and raised. I was a football player as well. I spent my whole life dreaming of playing in the National Football League. Unfortunately, that never came to fruition. I did work out for the Buffalo Bills, which was a thrill in my life to have a chance to at least audition for the chance to play with the Bills. They were going to sign me the following year after my workout because they had a guy that still had a year left on his contract. Unfortunately, the guy who was going to sign me to become a Buffalo Bill, his name was Bruce DeHaven. He was the special team coach. He lost his job. He got fired that year. So when he got fired, my chance of becoming a Buffalo Bill expired. He got fired.
No.
My chance expired. Yeah, he was the only guy in the program. Obviously, I was an All-American punter. I played wide receiver too, but kicking the football was my forte. And he was my link to playing football for my childhood team, my hometown team. And unfortunately, he got released. He went to San Francisco. I wanted to follow him to San Francisco because the thought of becoming a 49er was a great thought. Worked out for the Niners twice, actually, and he was in a position where he couldn't sign a rookie. I was a rookie at the time, and he just couldn't afford to make another mistake in his career. Not saying I would have been a mistake. I think I would have been a good choice for him, but he had to protect his job and his livelihood, so I never signed with the 49ers. I ended up signing with the Seattle Seahawks. There's my little 10 minutes of fame. I was a Seattle Seahawk for about 8 days, Keith, just so you know.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Right down the street from me.
Yeah, is that where you're at? You're in Seattle? Or
no, I'm in Oregon, but it's just north, yeah.
That's right. Yep, so I was a Seattle Seahawk. I tasted what it was like to put an NFL jersey on every day and helmet, and unfortunately I got released shortly after. But anyway, I've had an incredible life since then. I became an entrepreneur. I decided to really take on my personal and professional growth. I started reading a lot of books and listening to CDs and studying leadership and entrepreneurship and really just wanting to get ahead in life and make it big in something, even though I failed at football. But I got involved with home-based business, and I was really lucky. I was mentored by a legend in the profession, a man who I'd put up against anybody. This man's teaching was second to none, and he trained me like a ninja. And I went out there and I just did everything he asked me to do. I think the number one thing that you should be if you want to be successful in life is, number one, you should find a mentor, someone who's been there and done it before you. And then number two, do everything they ask you to do and don't stray off the path one iota. It's funny, every time I tried to do something he didn't teach me, I fell on my face. And every time I did exactly what he told me, I succeeded beyond my wildest dreams. So I realized that there was no need in reinventing the wheel. If the wheel was already round and working, I'll just follow a system and follow a leader, and I did. And when I did that, Keith, I became a multi-million-dollar earner in home-based business. I made about close to $4 million with my first company that I ended up taking seriously. Yep. And if that company were still in business today, I probably would have made close to $500 million by now. I try not to think about it too much, but we really built something special back then. Unfortunately, the company never stuck around. We were the first company doing what you and I are doing right now. We were doing video streaming communication before anybody in the world was doing it. And it was a little company in Vegas called VM Direct that had video email and video live broadcasting and video face-to-face communication before anybody in the world had what we're doing here. So every time I share my story, I like to point out the fact that I was on the ground floor of what you're looking at right here. I was a part of the very first company in the world that was doing streaming video on the internet. And we grew to $50, $60 million in sales in about 12 to 18 months. And because it was a word-of-mouth company, people like myself that were sharing it with people made a fortune, or a small fortune.
Right.
But let me catch you up to speed and just get focused on what's happening right now, because I'm tired of living in the past. I love telling my story, but I don't like to marinate too much of my story, because those are days gone by, and I'm focused on today, and I'm focused on what's ahead, as I think everybody should be. It's going back to September 25th this past year. It's amazing. You never know when an opportunity is going to smack you upside the face. And I had the greatest opportunity of my life hit me at a time when nobody in the world knew about it. And even as I make this video with you, hardly anybody in the world that knows about what I'm sharing with you right now. So if you're watching this recorded or if you're watching this live right now on Facebook, just consider yourself a very lucky person to get this information. Here's a Facebook message that I got from my friend Travis on September 25th at 4:22 p.m.
What is going on, Mr. Zappia? Hope you're doing well. Life is treating you amazing. A little while. Just wanted to catch up with you. Wanted to also let you know of an interesting project that's come across my desk. You may know I do a little consulting in this space, and I'm working on a project behind the scenes that I think has some pretty big potential, primarily because of the people that are involved. This is the first company that Eric Worre has ever agreed to be the head trainer over. And you've got Terry LaCour, who started or invested in, started Prove It, and Labelle, a number of other companies, and Ron Williams from Forever Green that have come together on a project. Anyhow, they've come together on a project, and I'm going to tell you, unlike anything I've ever seen, typically when I do consulting, I don't usually get that excited. I just go in and do work for them and help them comp plans or whatever the case might be. But not under a non-disclosure, nobody knows about this company yet. It actually launches in January of 2019. Ron and Eric just did a video from Eric Worre's house last week. And as I watch this thing from behind the scenes and the people that are involved, there's no question in my mind it's going to be the big story of next year. And nobody knows about it yet. So I've been sharing with a few key influencers. Anyways, man, I don't know if the timing is right for you. Don't know if you are at all even looking or open to looking, but I just thought because of the people that are involved, the timing, and the nature of the product, I'm just going to tell you, it's DNA nutrition, and there's nothing else out there like this. I just know this is going to be a hit. So, anyways, just wanted to know if you wanted to see the ground floor of something that I think has huge potential to be a big story. I can shoot you over that webinar. It hasn't even been released yet. They just did over at Eric's house to give you a little more detail. And then if something you're interested in, let's chat. Hope I treat you well, brother. Talk to you soon.
I made the mistake of saying about 4 minutes later, I'm open to looking. Thanks for the heads up. Shoot it over, please. And then Travis proceeded to send me a video that he was talking about, a video of Eric Worre and Ron Williams sitting in Eric's home doing a presentation. And for those of you out there who don't know who Eric Worre is, he's the #1 author in the direct sales industry, the network marketing profession. He wrote a book called Network Marketing Pro. Go Pro is a concept he created that takes home-based business and takes it more seriously and turns it into more of a profession than a hobby, which a lot of people just look at this business as a hobby. But for the people that know about what the potential of a business like this can do for you, it's certainly not a hobby. It's life-changing for those people willing to take it seriously and treat it like a big business. So all I've ever done, Keith, is I share my story. I'm not a salesman, although people tell me I can sell ice to an Eskimo. Only reason why I think people say that about me is because when I believe in something, I'm enthusiastic. And when I'm enthusiastic, I get people excited about what I'm excited about because I believe in what I'm talking about. And that's how I've always been. But took a look at the company. I met the CEO within a few days. I got really excited about this, and I've been doing this ever since. I had about 4 or 5 projects I was working on when Uforia came into my life. Now I really only have one project, and that's Uforia. So when someone says to me, I'm too busy, Keith, I don't have time to look at anything new, I don't take that as an excuse because I was extremely busy on September 25th with 4 businesses I was building. It's amazing when something better comes along, how you readjust your priorities of what's really important to you in this world. So, Uforia, here's the company in the box here. In a nutshell, we are a DNA nutrition company that makes designer nutrition made just for you, and I'll illustrate that to you here by just showing you a couple props. This is the kit that Uforia makes. This one's kind of beat up. This is my display kit. It comes with 2 cotton swabs to swab both your cheeks, just like 23andMe and Ancestry.com. We are a DNA company, a nutritional company. However, your information is safe and secure. I want to start out just by telling you we cannot sell nor share your information with anybody. This is a world-class company, LaCour Laboratories. Terry LaCour is the owner. He's got a massive laboratory in Dallas that's the size of a football field, and we are what you call HIPAA compliant and CLIA certified. which means by law, we are not allowed to sell nor share your information. And from the moment you swab your cheeks and put them in an envelope, your name is nowhere near these swabs. So your information is blindly submitted to the company, where the only thing that's going to let people know that it's you is this code that you're going to register online, which will reattach your DNA to you in the system so that you get a formula that was made just for you. Swab both your cheeks for 10 seconds, put them back in the plastic, put them in the black envelope, and then put them in this prepaid for envelope here, and then literally drop it off in the post office. Comes with instruction cards, so if I'm not here to tell you how to do this, you can do it. It's pretty simple. And it also, when you order your first kit with Uforia, you get what we call pre-trition. And inside of here is 180 gel caps that were made to give your body a gentle cleanse to prepare you for the custom designer nutrition that we're going to make based on your DNA within the next 2 to 3 weeks of you sending your swabs into the lab. Inside of this pre-trition is your base formula to what we call your Utrition. I'll grab it here in a moment, but your Utrition is your custom container that has your name right on the label, and I'll save that for you, make it a little climactic for you here. But inside of here is things like AC11, which if you've never heard of AC11, it's a good time now to open up another window on Google and type in AC-11, the benefits of AC11. It's an ingredient that most people don't even know about that goes in this product that actually repairs your DNA. It repairs your DNA. We're talking about anti-aging here. Anytime you can do what we call lengthening the telomeres on your chromosomes, it means you're actually reversing the aging process and repairing your DNA. It's an incredible ingredient that is proven to do what I just said. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional nutritionist. I am an ex-athlete who spent his whole life taking nutritional supplements to try and improve my physical performance. So I know a lot about nutrition, health, and wellness and fitness, but I'm certainly not claiming to be an expert. I'll leave that to the experts. So there's amazing other ingredients in here, from prebiotics to probiotics to frankincense to a number of different ingredients that are going to get your gut healthy to prepare you for your custom product. Now, one of the things we do once we get your swabs and
This is the part I like.
Yeah, let me grab the container for you just so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm in my shorts.
Hey, when you work from home, you can be in anything you want.
That's right. I'm going swimming right after this. So once we grab your DNA, it converts it into software. So your DNA is converted into software, and then we take this container, which has your name on the label. Now, that's not a sticker, folks. I hope you can see that. It's not a sticker. It's actually your name printed on the label. It's a batch of one batch, your name on it, called Utrition. This container goes through this machine called the Utritionator. There's only one like it in the whole entire world, and we own it. It took years to make it, years to assemble it. And basically that machine takes up to 100 different peer-reviewed ingredients, organic, wild-crafted, vegan, and gluten-free ingredients. And it's going to pour just those healthy ingredients into your container based on what your DNA tells you your body actually needs. So in a nutshell, the days of going to a store and guessing what your body needs, no more. Never going to happen again. Blind nutrition is over. Going to GNC or a health food store, or even shopping online for a product that was made for all, one for all for one, there's no such thing. Keith's body is very different from my body. We need different things, and based on our DNA, we are now understanding that we are predisposed to certain conditions, health conditions, diseases, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, lupus, immune system disorders, everything. We're learning based on DNA and science and nutrition now that because we're all uniquely different, none of us should be taking the same products. None of us should be taking the same ingredients. And every one of us should be taking exactly to the microgram of the ingredients we need, not in certain doses and amounts that basically weren't made for us. So blind nutrition is what I just talked about. We have designer nutrition with Uforia. This container runs through that machine, and we've got a video that we can show you on euforiascience.com/resources. You can go to that website anytime and look at a slew of professional videos that this company has created. euforiascience.com/resources. And there's one that talks about the Nutritionator, and it shows your container going through this machine, and into the container, it's going to shoot the clinical dose of every one of those ingredients into your container. I chose powder the last couple months, but I chose capsules the first couple months I was involved. I just want to play with both of them and see if I feel a difference. And I really don't. There's no difference between the two. I'm still getting the same ingredients delivered to my body. We create a 35-page report for you. This is digital when we send it to you, but you can go to a printer and print it out. We have a printer here in Vegas that laminates the whole thing because this is gold for all of us. And this 35-page report is a wellness action plan presented for Michael Zappia. This was made just for me. And inside this 35-page report is a welcome letter from the company, the table of contents telling you what's inside, some frequently asked questions, and some background information. And then you get to this page number 6. And this is the money page. This is actually my DNA. Wow. This tells me exactly what genetic SNPs that I have. Now, we test 18 of your 600,000 potential genetic SNPs that we actually test for, but we put 18 of them at the forefront to create your formula. These 18 are called actionable SNPs, and at the top of the page, it says your personal genetic assessment results, analysis of your 18 key actionable SNPs, prepared exclusively for me. Yours will say your name. Now, depending on what color you have here is going to determine what you got from mom and dad, mom or dad, or neither parent at all. Green is good, yellow, red, not so good. There's a color code on this side that tells you green means you did not get that genetic variant from either of your parents. Yellow means you got it from one of your parents. Red would mean you got that genetic variant or mutation from both of your parents. The good news is, even if you've got some things passed down from mom or dad that aren't so favorable when it comes to your genes, we now know, based on what you got from your parents, exactly what ingredients to put in your product to help you potentially with your future health concerns, heart disease, diabetes, you name it. I'm not going to tell you we are a cure. I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not a doctor. And it's just not what we do here. What I am telling you is these ingredients in this product are going to help your body function better from a biochemical perspective. And if your body is taking the right things in based on what it's actually asking for, don't you think the right stuff is going to come out? Of course it is. We are what we eat, but now we know exactly what we put in our body is going to help us based on this report. So I'll tell you what I was afraid of, Keith, just a personal story. I was afraid to open this when I first got it. First of all, you can see I have no red dots. I got no double mutations from both my parents, which is great because both sides of my family have heart disease. And I was really concerned. I'm a 44-year-old man. I don't work out as hard as I used to. I'm getting a little bit older now. I have a 3-year-old son that I'm building a business for, so he means everything to me. I'm doing everything I can to provide for my son and give him the best life possible, which means I work a lot. And because I work a lot, it means sometimes I'm not really taking care of my body as best as I can when I was in my 20s and 30s. As we get older, things tend to get a little bit more difficult as well. But I don't have any red SNPs whatsoever. But when I looked at this, I went right to the healthy blood pressure SNP. And a SNP means a single nucleotide polymorphism, which took me 2 months to learn how to say that. And basically all that means is it's what makes you, you. The double helix that we seen in high school when we studied chemistry, those lines in between, those two lines on the outside that wiggle like that, those lines in between are called SNPs. That's what makes you unique. That's the stuff you got that makes you unique from your mother and father. Healthy blood pressure, I got a yellow SNP. This means that one of my parents passed along the predisposition to having trouble when it comes to blood pressure. There are other SNPs like vitamin B12 is one of the other things we test, which is vitally important because B12, from what I'm understanding, now that I'm educating myself about all this information, if you don't have B12, being absorbed in your body, you're more susceptible to diseases. Same thing is true with vitamin D. We have a vitamin D SNP that we test for. If your body does not have enough vitamin D or your body does not metabolize or do what it needs to do with vitamin D, if you have a mutation when it comes to your body's ability to process vitamin D, then this is going to affect you. And 99% of us out there are deficient in vitamin D as it is. And we just need it in our body. Healthy immune system, free radical defense, healthy inflammatory response. So you read these and then you go through the remaining part of your book here, and it's going to break down every single gene, every single SNP, what the purpose of it is, what it means, why it's important, and then what are some of the nutritional things that we can put in our body based on having that genetic variant. It's incredible. The great thing about this, even though I'm going to read to you that based on the ATP5C1 mitochondrial gene, I need PQQ, ubiquinone, and ubiquinol, and alpha-lipoic acid. Even though it's educating me here, I don't ever have to even read this thing because in my container, it's going to give me every one of those ingredients that it's telling me I need based on my genetics. The stories that are buzzing around, Keith, about testimonials with this product are unbelievable. You can go to a Facebook page called DNA Testimonials, and you can ask to join that page and follow along with the testimonials people are having. I can't share theirs, but I can share mine. Legally, I'm allowed to share with you what my personal experience has been with Uforia. I had a bad left hip for about 5 years now, and about 2 months into taking Uforia, I had realized that I no longer had pain in my left hip. So I don't know if any of you out there have any aches and pains in your body, but I'm telling you from my experience, I can't promise any of you this will happen for you, but from my experience, I no longer have pain in my left hip. I can't tell you Uforia did that. So I'm not going to make that claim at all. I'm always going to be squeaky clean when it comes to the words that come out of my mouth. I will tell you this, that when you put fruits and vegetables and the right vitamins and minerals and the good stuff in your body knows what to do with the good stuff. And I don't know if you've ever heard this expression before, but food is medicine and medicine is food. When you put the right raw, natural, organic, wild-crafted, gluten-free, and vegan ingredients in your body to the right dosage, to the microgram of what your body's asking for, which is what Uforia does, then your body is going to react accordingly, potentially. And I believe that's what happened to me. Since taking Uforia, I feel incredible. I sometimes work out twice a day now. And for me to be able to say that, if you've been my friend for the past 5 or 6 years, all you've heard me do is bitch and complain about the fact that my left hip has been killing me. And I can't play racquetball. I can't play basketball. Can't play football when I want to. Now, Keith, I can do whatever the heck I want to do. So nobody can take this product away from me now after I've had the results that I've had. So that's my best way of, from just my perspective, telling you what Uforia is all about. It's such a simple concept. It's an amazing company that just launched or pre-launched this January in Vegas on January 12th, which means we're the first people in the world to find out about a new product to hit the nutrition world that I think is going to take the world by storm and currently is. There's probably 15,000 people right now that have come aboard as customers of Uforia. Every person I share this with is intrigued by the story, and they basically say, I want that 35-page report, and Mike, I want to give this product a try. I always laugh when people say they want to try it because I know what I know. Don't try it, just do this. This is going to help you. Your body's asking for it. But if it makes you feel better to give it a try, then give it a whirl. Give it a try. But
yeah, I seen a little picture of your group now, and I noticed it just hit over 1,000.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty incredible in the few months you've been involved.
Yeah, the team is doing incredible. Just an incredible group of people that are. It really is a testament to the people that are involved and to the efficacy of the product and how well it's been working with people. You know, this is something where, quite frankly, you do need to give it a shot. And what happens is your belief level, Keith, will change over time once you've been taking this for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So now that we're about 130 to 140 days into the pre-launch of this company, people have had a couple months or a few months to get an experience with the product. And those stories are starting to just pile up on top of one another to the point that if you're really plugged into what's going on with Uforia, and if you're watching this, I'd advise you get plugged into as many of the Facebook pages as you can. You'll just realize that other people are getting great testimonials, and so will you if you just start taking the product. So yeah, 1,000 people, not bad. I think we're going to be 10,000 people by October, which is going to be fun to see how quickly this thing grows.
Right.
But yeah, from a product perspective, I think this is the greatest product I've ever been associated with. I'm a marketer, so I love getting behind things that are unique, things that nobody can say they have. We're the only company in the world doing this. I challenge anybody to go out there and find a company telling the same story that I just told you. It does not exist. You might be able to go to your doctor and spend a couple $1,000s to do a DNA test, and it'll cost you a fortune for that test. But here's what's going to happen. Once your DNA test comes back, if you have a qualified doctor, then that doctor is going to look at you and say, okay, go to the store and go buy this, and it's going to cost you a fortune to go out there and get what your body is asking for. But here's the problem. Your doctor is going to tell you to go get those products that were made before your DNA test, which means they were made in amounts that your body might not need. With Uforia, we tell you to the microgram exactly how much of these ingredients you need, so you're not getting too much, which would be toxic, and not enough, which would be malnourished. So,
right.
The story's incredible.
I know. Well, you know, that's my story. Is I watched Mike completely transform in the past 4 months, and you know what I'm talking about because he posted that picture of you three, and it was just incredible to see how his face, like you said today on the morning meeting. Yeah, look at that face. That's incredible.
There's my good friend and business partner, Mike Chavez. He's been on this product now for about 4 or 5 months. And this is a picture of him in my office on the side where he's wearing his tie. That's where I'm sitting right now. He came over, and there's a picture of him just 1 day ago. His face is completely slimmed down.
Yeah.
Lost weight. And, you know,
working out.
He's just started working out.
Yeah.
He just started. That weight's been falling off before the workout. He started losing weight right when he started to take the product, which has been incredible. Yeah. Right. He's a great story.
Well, you're going to see some before and afters for this cat, too. I'm telling you.
I love it. I love it, Keith. When did you order?
Yesterday.
Okay, good. So you got your kit. Did you register your swabs, or is the kit still coming?
No. I ordered yesterday. It's probably being shipped today. So
it'll be to your house pretty quickly. As soon as you get it, open it up, swab your cheeks, and go right to the post office and put that in there so your nutrition gets ready sooner than later.
Sure, absolutely.
And you get one of these with your name on the label, with Keith Schaefer right on the label.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for your time. I know you're busy. I don't want to keep you all day here. So, you know, I just so appreciate your time. I really do.
Likewise, Keith. Have a good one. I hope you get good use out of this video, and I hope this changes someone's life out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I'll talk to you in a bit.
You got it. We'll see you.